So there's this idea of that people have or people believe in, where like you have to be a guy. If you're a guy, you go and you save the princess. And this idea has been like ingrained in a lot of people's heads. Like if you get money, then you get women, then, or if you get money, if you have a lot of money, then you get power. And then from power you get to have women. This idea is old, outdated, it's barbaric. It's not even real. It doesn't actually work. It doesn't make sense. It's like the whole Scarface idea. Scarface does it where he's like, first you get money, and then you get power, and then you get women. It's not really that. It doesn't work that way in real life. In real life, if you spend your entire life learning how to make money and you become rich, you become a millionaire. Well, what happened during your life is that you gained a really good skill, and that's you became somebody who can make money. You know, that's a really good skill. It's not necessarily the most amazing skill, but it's a skill and you're really good at it, and you say you've got all the money in the world. Well, that doesn't mean that you're gonna automatically know how to get other people to enjoy it with you. That doesn't mean that other people are going to come around. They might, but those aren't the type of people that you're looking for. Those aren't the people who will hold very close relationships with you. Those aren't the people who will fulfill your needs as a person, with feelings, who wants to have, somebody else to be there when they're at their lows and when they're at their highs and whatnot. So how do you do that? Well, it's the same principle. If you spend all of your time learning how to make money, you will know how to make money. It's a skill, right? Well, say you instead of spending all your time learning how to make money, say you spend part of your time learning how to be a better person, learning how to be a friendlier person. Well, what happens is that you gain the ability to talk. First you have to learn how to be yourself. Like, you have to understand how yourself works, and then you can start to see, because the only way to be a personable person is to everyone has a skill. It doesn't, like, personalities don't really exist. Your personalities are just labels that, there's personality quizzes and stuff like that, but these personalities are created, and they're created out of your habits that you believe in and you create. So if you change your chemistry, then your personality is going to change with it. So if you practice enough changing your paradigm, changing the way that you think about the way people work in your life, and you put your attention on it, it's going to change. It's going to change on a chemical level. You're going to become a way more personable person. You're going to become someone that people want to be around. You're going to become attractive. That's really what it means. And to become attractive, you have to find common ground with other people, and you have to be able to relate to everyone on a real level, like not just a level of having some sort of like special trick, or not just being able to have one thing that you say to everyone. There's no technique. There's no actual technique. It's a skill. And there's no skill set. It's just a pure talent. Like, it's not even, there are people out there who are talented at getting friends. There are people talented at all kinds of things. Doesn't mean that they are the best at it. Just because you have talent doesn't mean you are the best. Really, like, potential doesn't mean anything in the real world. Potential means something if you put it in action, but if you don't do anything with it, potential means nothing. It doesn't mean anything. You could have like a person who has the most amazing, like, you could have someone who has an insane Einstein level. Oh, there's some mountains over there. Let's go over there. You could have someone who has like the biggest IQ, like highest IQ of all time. But if they never do anything with it, then what does it even matter? What does that number even matter? It doesn't matter at all. So when you think about it, you have just as much a chance as somebody who has talent to become a person who is not this stereotype of like being a nerd or whatever. Not saying that you are, but I'm just saying, like, if that's what you believe, if you believe that you don't have the personality to make friends, then that's something that you are bringing into and you are limiting yourself to. That's just you believing that. All it takes is for you to spend time doing it. Even and regardless of how many times you fail, it doesn't matter if you fail or not, because if you fail, that's way better than if you succeed. Because if you succeed, then there was nothing to learn. But if you fail, that's way more. That's way better, because you'll actually learn something. If you succeed all the time, it's so boring, a boring life. It's better. It's better to fail, but don't force yourself to fail. You don't have to fail. If you succeed, enjoy it, because a lot of times, like you're not gonna succeed all the time. So if you succeed, have fun. That's what I'm saying, is if you succeed, have fun and enjoy it, because it's not really likely that you're going to succeed at everything, and that's totally fine, because like I said, you'll learn from it. But don't hold yourself down if you do succeed, because some people do that. Anyway, so go out, be personable, and learn how to be yourself. The only way to learn how to be yourself is not by looking up books, not by understanding what I'm talking about, but by going out and internally sitting down and thinking about what you as a person, how you are in that moment. Because once you realize how you are as a person and how you feel, then you can start to change it. All it takes is for you to just sit there and feel it out. Just become yourself. And then you will learn how to be a person who is you. And you don't have to define ever like the type of person you. Don't sit down and write down who you are as a person, because that's just going to slow you down. You don't have to do it. That's the slow process. I've heard a lot of people tell me, like, you've got to write down like everything that you love and everything that you don't love. I mean, it's fine. It's fine if you do that, but to me it takes too long. I don't have that kind of time. I don't believe that that's the fastest way to do it. I really don't. But for me, the fastest way to do it is just to sit down and feel like, what am I doing right now? Like I'm playing Minecraft, and I like playing Minecraft. It's fine. Does it consume my every waking day? No. Okay, cool. You know it. Once you know it, you know it. You don't have to repeat it. You don't have to go out and write it down and repeat to yourself that I am a Minecraft player. If you're doing it at the time, that's what you're doing. If not, that's not what you're doing. It's not you. You don't have to define yourself ever. You don't have to sit there and say like, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this. That's what like, that's why I don't believe in a lot of the monks out there that like believe that they're enlightened and stuff, is because they just sit there and they say it all the time. I am not this body. I am not this body. I am not this. I am not that. It's like, if you are truly not that, then you don't have to repeat it. You just know it. That's why, like, I don't have respect for, like, a lot of people that who think they're enlightened, and because they've I was gonna build a house up here, but I don't want to see that all the time. So, but anyway, that's why I don't have respect for a lot of those guys. But anyway, what I'm saying is that all you have to do is just know. You just have to sit there and know. You don't have to sit there and repeat it to yourself. If what you're doing right now is watching me and listening to me, then that's fine. That's what you're doing. That's who you are right now. And you don't have to go any further than that. And then, whenever you're around somebody, just say, like, I'm around some people, you know? Go up and ask somebody, just ask people in general, just ask them questions like, hey, what time is it? Hey, you don't even have to send them you don't even have to, like, give them any kind of compliment or be happy or anything at all. You can just ask them very basic questions. Pretend that you're a person doing a survey, but you don't even have to carry a clipboard. Just go up to somebody anywhere at any time and say, hey, you know, like, what time is it, or how do I get here? Even though it's like the easiest answer of all time, because what you're doing is you are breaking the spell of being afraid, of being of being somebody who is always hiding and avoiding the people around you. And then once you get comfortable with that, you can move on to some. It's just like grinding in World of Warcraft. Like, you start with, like, the small easy monsters, and then and then you go into, but the thing is, everybody has a potential of being like the super monster, you know. So don't think that it's like that. Don't think that there are easy people and then there are hard people. Everyone is easy and hard depending on how you approach them. So keep that in mind, but don't let that deter you. Don't let that freak you out or scare you, because you'll learn that over time. For now, you can't even pull out those demon type of people yet until you get to the higher levels of social interaction. It's a really nerdy way to say it, but that's how it feels when you get to a certain level. But anyway, all it is just practice. You just practice with people. You just go up to them, ask them, like, just very basic questions. And you just become a person who has no issues just talking to anybody. It doesn't matter who they are. And I have a friend who's like, he is the master at this. And I watch him talk to people, and it's like watching Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson box. It's just, the guy is, like, so personable. Like, I want to be his friend all the time, and I am his friend, but, like, just watching him do what he does, I'm envious, but I'm not totally judging myself, because I know that he spent a lot of time doing this, but he wants me around because I've spent a lot of my time doing what he pays me to do is, like, design and stuff like that. So the best way to handle the situation of being a person is don't believe in the movies. Don't let the movie idea hold you back. Go out there, learn how to be a personable person before you even think about getting a relationship or getting into, like, because a relationship takes an immense level of trust, of love, of self-understanding. You have to understand who you are as a person before you can start to begin to synchronize with another human being, whether that's a girl or a guy or whatever. It doesn't matter. You have to be extremely powerful, and you have to love yourself beyond loving anything else in order to be somebody that can withstand the pressures and the amount of responsibility it takes to synchronize with another person into a relationship. So before you even start to even think about having a girlfriend or getting involved with that whole idea, start small. Start by making friends. Start by going out and asking people what time it is, even if you have a watch on. And don't worry about being awkward, because it's more fun if it's awkward. It's awkward if you're not awkward. If that makes any sense. Because it's gonna be awkward. It's gonna be weird. That's the point. That's the point of becoming a personable person, is you start to learn about all the different types of situations. You get comfortable. The more awkward situations you get into, the more comfortable you get in life, and the more comfortable you get with yourself, and the more comfortable you get with everyone else. Get all of your bad habits out of the way first. Get them all out of the way. And then once you become comfortable enough, you don't even have to try to go out and find a girlfriend or whatever. They're going to come to you when you least expect it. So don't believe in the whole, like, you have to be a guy, a knight in shining armor, and you have to go out and you have to make a lot of money, and you have to be like total perfect fitness, and you have to do all these things. You don't have to do all that. All you have to do is focus on loving your own self before you can even think about the other things. And when you actually begin to love yourself, you start to understand that you don't even need somebody else in your life. But it would be nice to have somebody there to, it would be a compliment to your life. And that's all a relationship should be, is just somebody who compliments you, not somebody who makes you or somebody who has to hold you up. That's the movie idea. Get all these movie ideas out of your head. Like, that's not reality. The whole movie idea of you finding somebody who you're going to marry for the rest of your life, and somebody, or finding a job that's going to hold you together forever, and living in like this, in this white picket fence, and having kids and all that. Just get all that out of your head. That's not reality. Don't let that define what your future is. Make your own future. Figure out what you want to do. Maybe you want to have 10 different girlfriends in your lifetime. Maybe you want to go out. You don't even want to get married. That's what I'm like. I don't even want to get married. I don't believe in marriage. I believe that there will be girls that are coming into my life, and they will be around for a while, and then they'll leave. And I will happily, if my friend wants to date like my girlfriend at the time, I will happily, if she's happy with it, I will happily like just say, hey, I think you two should get together and enjoy, enjoy life together. And I will be happy for both of them. I don't even care. Like, things like that will happen, but obviously you don't want to be manipulated, but you won't be manipulated. You can't be manipulated if you love yourself, and it doesn't matter anyways, because they can't hurt you. The only reason why manipulation happens is because one person wants to hurt the other person because they're insecure. And if you are a person who is immensely powerful at being personable, then that can't even happen to you. You can't even get hurt. You can't, because you've been through all those awkward situations. And yes, when you start dating girls, you're going to get hurt. It takes a while for you to get past all of the heartbreaks and stuff like that, because you still have to let go of a lot of things. But the sooner you experience the breakups and all that, and this is a perfect spot for me to build a place to stay. I really am glad I went searching instead of just started building in any old fashion. But yeah, so that's what I've come to. That was my epiphany over the week. And I think like I've pretty much covered everything. I mean, really all you have to do is, it's always everything that I talk about to you guys, I've realized that it's all the same message. It's just become more self-aware, and that's really the main message behind, you know, what I've been learning recently. And that's really all that you need to learn in life, is just become more self-aware and you'll be good. You don't have to do anything else. You just have to love yourself, and the world, the universe will come to you. You don't have to go out and, not like in The Secret where you sit around and you do nothing and think about it the whole time. That's not how the world works. The world works with actions. So once you understand yourself, you there's going to be no way that you can just sit there and think about it. Once you start putting stuff into play, all it takes is a little bit of action, and the rest comes to you without, you know, it doesn't take much after that. Once you feel a little bit of success, then it just starts barreling in and you start loving it, and you can't help but just continue to grow, and you become more and more powerful. You become more and more self-aware, and the world becomes yours, your playground. And that's a beautiful thing, is when the world becomes your playground, because it is a playground. It's there for you. What you're here on earth for is you are here to experience what it means to exist. That's it. Like, however you want to learn about being a human, you can play it out. You just have to want it bad enough. You just have to learn how to do it. You can become anything you want. That's what it means to be a human, is you can do anything you want in your human life. Doesn't matter what it is. There's a price for everything. There's a price, so choose wisely. But if you start now and you get over the awkward parts of, you know, of a lot of things, then it doesn't matter what route you take. It all ends with the same lesson, which is all about being more self-aware and learning what it means to be a human. Well, I hope you guys have an epic day or epic night. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And if you watched up into this point, write in the comments section morning, or like morning rise. Yeah, write morning rise. So I hope you guys have an epic day or an epic night. I'll see you guys later.